My goodness, you guys keep catching me in the groove. Welcome to our June edition of our ILCA 5-day challenge. My name is your Queen Connectress, Miss Marnita Casa, and I will be your humble hostess for today. Now, there is something that I always like to say, and that is we totally understand there are so many different things that you could be doing with your time. My goodness, the nighttime is the right time for family and for preparation of the next day. So the fact that you guys decided to come on out and hear what we had to say, of course, it makes us so very happy. So again, thank each and every one of you for being here. And once again, I am saying it, this has been a dynamic week. We got a chance to hear from the wonderful and beautiful Miss Alanu Langi. She came in and she dropped us some very, very powerful nuggets. We talked about what is cryptocurrency. We talked about what is blockchain technology. We talked about wallet security. And then tonight, we also talked about where to buy Bitcoin. I don't want to forget that. Yes, if you guys were paying attention and you never have purchased Bitcoin before, now you can say you walked away from the 5-day challenge knowing how to purchase your first Bitcoin, which is really, really big. We want all of you to be able to take that step. And then tonight, we are talking about wallet security. Now, this is a issue, a subject that keeps coming up. It's even in the news right now, you guys, about how people are getting tricked out of their cryptocurrency and their money because they are not fully educated on wallet security. But you know what ILCA decided to do? We decided to go ahead and teach you guys about that for free. So go ahead and give yourselves a round of applause for staying, yes, until Friday. And let me tell you something that is not very, very easy to do. So the fact that you guys are taking this step, you should be very proud of yourself. And it's not just you. You are not alone. Everybody here on this Zoom call tonight has taken that step with you. And speaking of my community, hello, everybody. How are you guys? Thank you so very much for being here. It is always good to see you and to feel that positive energy that you bring. Now, you all should know the routine as you come on in. Please type your name and where you are from in the chat box. That way I get a chance to tell everybody who is here on the Zoom call with us today. And if you have the opportunity, turn on your cameras. One of the best parts about us meeting on a Zoom call like this, so we get a chance to see all your faces and see all those wonderful smiles. So I'm going to go ahead and start saying hello to everybody that I see here with us this evening. First up is the Empress herself. Of course, I'm talking about Miss Catherine Clement. Hello, baby. Thank you so very much for being here. Let me tell you guys something the educator had brought up yesterday about how showing up is just half the battle. And that's what Miss Catherine Clement does. I see her every day, every time that we have a 5-day challenge. We appreciate you being a part of our community, Empress. Thank you. I see my good friend, Mr. Clairvaux Albert is here. Hello, Clairvaux. How are you? Thank you so very much for being here. Clairvaux is coming on in from Connecticut. Thank you so much for being a part of our community. I see the beautiful Miss Janelle Appling is here with us this evening. Hello, Queen. How are you? She is coming on in from Colorado. It is always good to see you, baby. Thank you so much for being here with us. Yes, ma'am. I see we also have the lovely Miss Patty Geist. Hello, sweetheart. How are you? Thank you so much for being here. It is always good to see you, baby. I also see his name is Mr. Papa Leonard. Hello, Leonard. How are you, sweetheart? I love that profile picture. I am really digging that. Thank you so much for being here with us today. Of course, my angel is here. She's always here. Her name is Joyce Easley. Hello, sweetheart. Thank you so much for being here. It is always good to see you, baby. I see we have Miss Jacqueline Briggs is here with us today. Hello, Miss Jacqueline. How are you? Check your messages. I just sent you a message, okay? I got some information in there for you. I see we have the beautiful Miss Angela Ingram is here with us tonight. Hello, Angela. How are you? Thank you so very much for being here. It is always good to see you. So like I was saying before, you guys, I see you, Carla. How dare I? Carla Rigo is coming on in from St. Louis, Missouri. Hello, beautiful queen. Thank you so much for being with us. There she is. Hey, girlfriend. How are you? Thank you so much for bringing that wonderful energy. It is good to see you, girl. Thank you so much for being here. So like I said, you guys, you definitely want to get yourself a pen and paper because the value that is coming out of our session tonight is value that you don't want to miss. Every time I come here, no matter how many times I hear the information, I learn something new. Even if I already know the information that's coming out, what I love is that it gives me a new way to be able to explain to my friends and my family about Bitcoin and blockchain technology. And I would not have had the ability to do that if I did not make a decision to become a part of the ILCA 5-day challenge. And speaking of the challenge, those of you that are on our YouTube channel, hello. I know you're like, how do I get on the Zoom? Hello, you guys. The way you get on the Zoom is you become a member of one of our memberships. You can be an inner circle member. We got a diamond membership and also a platinum membership that gives you access to our VIP. All you got to do is just keep an eye on that comments box and we will be sure to put that information in there for you. All right, you guys. Okay, you guys. All right, so we're at the top of the hour. I'm so sorry about that. We're going to go ahead and get our party started again. Thank each and every one of you for joining us on our June edition of our ILCA 5-day challenge. My name is your Queen Connectress, Miss Marnita Casa, and I am your humble hostess for today. And please forgive me, it is 90 degrees in Colorado right now, and I'm trying not to melt as I'm talking to you. Now, it is my honor to introduce you all to a man that for over 25 years dominated the direct sales industry. His cryptocurrency education is used by companies and universities worldwide. Now, for over 8 years, he dedicated his life to learning about blockchain technology and cryptocurrency, but he didn't just stop there. He decided to go out and share his information with the masses, and this was done by putting on fun and exciting Bitcoin boot camps nationwide at no cost. He has built wonderful platforms and thriving communities like you see before you now. So without further ado, it is my honor to introduce you all to Mr. Brandon Ivey.
All right, all right, all right. Thank you for that introduction, Ms. Casa, and for still being here, making this happen on a Friday, and you're ready to go for everybody. As I always say, Ms. Casa is a mother and a wife and has a family to take care of, and she's still here with everybody to, even though I see her waving that fan like it's hot out there in Colorado, huh? So still here, making sure that this is all set up for all of you guys, and I appreciate all of the hard work that she's putting together. And I think my camera is acting funny. You guys are seeing that as well. Are you able to hear me fine, or am I breaking up at all? I'm breaking up too?
Yeah, you're breaking up a little
Oh, that is not good at all. Okay, so Ms. Cuss, I'm going to put you on the spot right now. Talk to the people for the next 5 minutes. Just about what we have coming up with the Chicago event and also our giveaway. I'm going to reset my computer. It should take just a few minutes. I'll come right back. I want to make sure I have a clean mic for everybody. So just give me a few minutes. Be right back.
Okay, my goodness. Thank goodness I got lots of updates for you guys that I have something to say. Okay, so where do I begin? Let's do this. First up, some of you, maybe about 12 to 13 of you are still on our diamond membership plan where it was $99 a month. We did send out an email letting you guys know that as of the 1st of July that plan will be discontinued. So we do need you guys to go ahead and sign up under our new plan. And it was just brought to my attention that some of you, your billing comes out on the 1st. So I will be going ahead and discontinuing that this evening. So you guys don't have to worry about any type of billing or getting double billed or anything like that. You could just go ahead and sign up for the new diamond membership plan and you should be fine. As far as Chicago is concerned, I am getting so super excited about it. Oh my goodness. We just actually had a meeting with Miss Sandy Lynn and with Miss Melanie and Mr. Barry White in Chicago regarding the event, what's going to happen. There are so many people coming. The restaurant that they chose for us to have the meet and greet at is absolutely beautiful, you guys. If you're like me and are really into artwork and being able to be in a nice ambiance while you're having dinner, this is the absolute wonderful place. It's going to be in the middle of July, so they have a rooftop patio that we can go to. Saturday is jam packed. Oh my goodness, the lineup that Mr. Ivey has put together for everyone is just magnificent. I was blessed to be able to be his executive assistant, so I was able to hear a little bit about what he's talking about, and man, absolutely powerful. But it's not just Mr. Ivey that's going to be bringing the heat. Mr. Barry White has so much to say, so much to give. I told you guys already, Mr. Herschel Crow, hello, has already confirmed he will be there. A lot of us know Mr. Crow from being in our community, but a lot of us really got to know about his, let's say, skills in teaching through MoveQuest when he was doing those sessions with us. So now we get the opportunity to hear about business mindset, about personal development, about wealth development from Mr. Herschel Crow. So I'm super, super excited to hear that. I'm going to be up there doing a MoveQuest presentation. Woo woo. I'm super excited. It's my first public speaking appearance. So to have you guys there is a really, really big deal, especially for me, because being able to see you guys, my family out there, giving the support, yes, giving the love is definitely gonna help me out a little bit. We're gonna hear a little bit from Miss Sandy Lynn. A lot of you guys just know Miss Sandy Lynn is somebody in our community, but this young lady has been in the business, in the game for over 35 years. So the information that she's coming with is coming from an African-American woman in the MLM industry. So for me, it's super exciting to not only hear about her experiences, but to also hear some of her tips. Being a woman in a male-dominated industry, how do you deal with that? How do you navigate it? And how do you succeed and thrive in that type of industry? So it's going to be a really good thing to hear from her. So like I said, if you guys are able, please make it out to Chicago. We do have hotel rooms booked that you guys can be able to jump on. We also have Mr. Barry White has a transportation service that you guys, so you don't have to worry about renting a car. We have that taken care of for you. There will be giveaways for Bitcoin and all kind of wonderful stuff. So you guys just get ready for Chicago. All right, Mr. Ivey, back to you.
And I was listening to you on the YouTube, so you were doing a great job. I should have said, why don't you share your story with everybody? But we're going to get you on that next time. But she is right. She's going to have her very first public speaking at the Chicago event. So I'm actually looking forward to that too, as a further on her professional growth. So we look forward to seeing you guys out there. And I'll be talking more about that on Monday. So tonight, pat yourselves on the back, because the last night of the week is the most difficult, especially on a Friday when everybody is looking forward to enjoying the weekend and getting your, the end of the week. And you're here for an hour. So I promise you, I'm going to keep this short and sweet, give you enough information that I guarantee is going to help you. This information that we're talking about tonight. We're talking about wallet security. And that's like if you buy a house for the very first time, you want to secure it. You got to put a lock on it. You might get some alarm system placed in your home, but you want to be able to secure yourself. And that is what we're going to talk about tonight. So let me jump on into it, because this is, if I'm looking at this, I think this is a lot of slides here. And I don't think I did this lesson last month. I don't or the month before. But let's jump on in here. And again, I'm glad that you guys are still here. Most people, the information they need the most, they don't get. So let's jump on into this. Cryptocurrency wallet security. Now, last night we talked about why cryptocurrency security is important and what is it? And a little bit about wallets. And I talked about the latest two scam victims, an elderly woman, 77 years old, that lost more than $200,000, and an elderly man who lost $20 million over the course of 2 years in these romance scams and didn't realize and know that they were being scammed and got caught up. And so now that you have your wallet, how do you secure your wallet? So first of all, what is a crypto wallet? Well, a crypto wallet is an application that functions as a wallet for your cryptocurrency. It is called a wallet because it is used similarly to a wallet you put cash and cards in. Instead of holding these physical items, and it stores the passkeys you use to sign for your cryptocurrency transactions and provides the interface that lets you access your crypto. Modern cryptocurrency wallets make the blockchain accessible to everyone. When cryptocurrency was first introduced, sending cryptocurrency was a manual task that required entering long keys. Today, the software does most of it for you. Cryptocurrencies are not stored anywhere. They are bits of data in a database, scattered all over it. The wallet finds all of the bits associated with your public address and sums up the amount for you in the app's interface. So you have to think about that too. Your crypto is not like physically on a drive somewhere. It's on the blockchain network. Your wallet is able to access that and put all the pieces of code together that knows that it's for you. Technically, for those of you who do not, who are very technical, you actually can access all of your crypto straight on the blockchain without a wallet if you understand the coding behind all of that. Very, 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 very few people actually do. Just for those of you on MoveQuest, for example, you actually can participate in doing your submissions and claims without the MoveQuest app, the GetFit mining app, or the website, just by going straight to the blockchain itself. If again, you know the code, but very few people know that. But you don't have to know any of that. So sending and receiving cryptocurrency is very easy using these applications. You can send or receive crypto from your wallet using various methods. Typically, you enter the recipient's wallet address, choose an amount to send, sign the transaction using your private key, add an amount to pay the transaction fee, and send it. Receiving is even easier. The sender enters your address and goes through the same routine. You accept the payment, and the transaction is done. There are two main types of wallets. This is something that we've talked about all week, and I always ask as a quiz question that you want to memorize and know this. Custodial and non-custodial. Custodial wallets, also called online wallets, are hosted by a third party that stores your keys for you. This could be a company that provides enterprise level data, data security systems businesses use to preserve and secure data. Some cryptocurrency exchanges offer custodial wallets for their customers. Non-custodial wallets are wallets in which you take responsibility for securing your keys. This is the type that most cryptocurrency wallets on devices are on. There are two subcategories of wallets: hot and cold. A hot wallet has a connection to the internet or to a device that has a connection. Now understand, you can have a custodial or non-custodial hot wallet. You can also have a custodial or non-custodial cold wallet. So a cold wallet has no connection. Lastly, there are three subcategories of wallets: software, hardware, and paper. I would suggest you no longer have to deal anything dealing with paper wallets. That's old school. Each of these types is considered either a hot or cold wallet. So you can have a non-custodial software hot wallet, a non-custodial hardware cold or hot wallet, or a custodial hardware Cold wallet. These are the most common types, but you may also encounter other combinations. Like because technology is getting so good, one device can be all of the above. Software wallets. Software wallets include applications for desktops and mobile devices. These wallets are installed on a desktop or laptop computer and can access your cryptocurrency, make transactions, display your balance, and much more. Some software wallets also include additional functionality, such as exchange integration if you're using a wallet designed by a cryptocurrency exchange. Many mobile wallets can facilitate quick payments in physical stores through near-field communication or by scanning a QR code. Mobile wallets tend to be compatible with iOS or Android devices, like Treasure, Electrum, and Mycelium are examples of wallets that you can use. Software wallets are generally hot wallets. I want to make this statement too. I don't think I've ever said it like this before. If you are using a custodial wallet, which means a wallet on an exchange or Coinbase, or down the road, new companies are coming up offering their services, it may be a custodial wallet for you, but you want to ask questions or research because for them, it is a non custodial wallet. So they're having custody of your wallet, but they are in control of that wallet themselves. So you might want to know, how are you having custody of your wallet? How are you securing your wallet? Do you have multi-sig? Are you storing it, all the crypto on a cold storage off the net? So just because you are using a custodial wallet, you want to make sure that whoever is custodian your crypto, they're secure on their end. Does that make sense? I don't think I've ever really broken that down like that before. Hardware wallets are the most popular type of wallet because you can store your private keys and remove them from your device. These devices might resemble a USB drive, and modern hardware wallets have several features. You can make a cryptocurrency transaction on your computer or device by plugging in the hardware wallet. Most of them can sign cryptocurrency transactions automatically without requiring you to enter the key, circumventing a hacker's ability to log your key presses or record your screen. These devices often cost between $100 to $200. Ledger and Treasure are both well-known hardware wallets. Hardware wallets are generally considered cold wallets because they don't have an active connection until they are plugged in. Now, do not get cheap when it comes, if you decide that you want to have a cold storage wallet. Don't say to yourself, well, let me get the cheapest one I can find. There's a gentleman out there, we sang in crypto talk, that lost hundreds of thousands of dollars because he went cheap and wanted to get a cheap cold storage wallet to save a couple of bucks. You get what you pay for. Here's another thing too. If you're purchasing a cold storage wallet, purchase directly from the manufacturer. Do not go on Amazon. Definitely don't go on eBay and purchase it. Or third, don't go to Best Buy or Walmart or Target. I was in Best Buy the other day and I was like, are you serious? They're selling cold storage wallets in here? Too many hands have touched it. So no, you don't want to trust any of that. Paper wallets. Early crypto users would write or type their keys on paper, which they called paper wallets. These evolved to include the keys and QR codes so wallets on mobile devices could scan them. However, paper wallets are easily damaged or lost. So many crypto owners do not use them anymore. Any of you that was back in 2018 when I first created crypto courses, I have old lessons that I took out of circulation dealing with Ethereum wallets, my Ethereum wallets, and paper wallets, and the things we had to do back then to access it. You had to be like a little computer programmer. So a good thing now is you don't have to do any of that today. But I still include this because paper wallets is still being used around the world. Now, however, there is nothing wrong with using a paper wallet if you take measures to store it properly in a safe or deposit box and check on it once in a while to ensure that it hasn't deteriorated. Crypto wallet security. Wallet safety is essential as cryptocurrencies are high-value targets for hackers. Some safeguards include encrypting the wallet with a strong password. Now, let me quiz you guys. If you create a password, at least how many digits should your password be in length? Where you have uppercase, lowercase, numeric, and also any other symbols. At least those four. Put it in there. Patty says 12 to 17, Joyce 13, Catherine 16. There's 17, just in case. Doreen says minimum 8. If you're dealing with crypto, it should be a minimum of at least 12. 12. By doing that, it would take the smartest computer. And if you have a combination of those four things, the smartest computer would take them a couple of 100 years to be able to crack it. If anything smaller than that, that brings that timetable down. Then when you throw in quantum computing into the mix. So make sure you have a strong password. Here's what you do not want to do. You know how sometimes when you go to create your password and it gives you suggestions, and then it's always, something that you would have never come up with and a hacker would never be able to break. And you say, yeah, let me do that. And it saves it on your computer. Let me tell you how a guy lost 6 figures. He did that, and then he didn't write it down or copy it or anything. He assumed his computer saved the password. His computer did not. And it was so complex. He skipped all the tutorials to be able to recover his password. He said, I'll do it later, because he was in a hurry and a rush to do some transaction, skipped all that stuff, and never was able to gain access to that wallet. It was years ago. I don't know what wallet it was using that allowed him to do that. Most of them today don't allow you to skip some of those steps, but he did. And he did not have a 2FA, none of that set up. There have been many cases of malware disguised as wallets, so it is advisable to research carefully before deciding which one to use. So once you join our community, I share with you guys what I believe, in my opinion, is the safest wallets to use. I'll give for free tonight. I'll give just a few. If you're going to use a custodial wallet, not an exchange, I'll give you 2. Coinbase and Uphold. If you're going to use a non-custodial wallet, I'll give you 1, Exodus. But I have many wallets and many different versions to use, and there's some that I stay away from too. Seed words. Pay close attention to this. Most modern wallets generate a 12-word mnemonic seed phrase. If you get a wallet that does not generate a seed phrase and is considered a non-custodial wallet, it means that you control, do not touch it if it does not give you a seed phrase. So, but most of them have it can be sometimes, I haven't seen in a while 24 words, but at least 12 is either 12 or 24 words. An example phrase could be airport, bedroom, impression, sample, reception, protection, road, and shirt, which seems random, but is created and linked to your keys by your wallet. You can use the phrase to restore the wallet if the device is lost or damaged. These words should be carefully stored in a safe place because anyone who finds them will be able to access your crypto. It's like you giving someone the PIN code to your bank account. Here's another scam that scammers are trying to use on people who watch my videos. Every time I upload a video to YouTube, a fake account will come in and say something like this, like, that was such great information. Thank you. I am learning so much. I'm having a problem with my wallet. Here's my 12-word seed phrase. Do you know who I can go to for help? Now, what they're doing there is trying to scam a scammer or somebody being curious. Because of somebody that knows, like, wait a minute, did this newbie just put their 12-word seed phrase out public for everybody? And then you being curious, go to your wallet and say, let me add, and you put that in there. By doing that, there's different versions of this, but once you're actually giving them permission and access to your wallet, it's like a back door. Others, it's actually putting malware onto your system. And others is actually copying what your real seed word phrase is because it's opening up some program in the system. I don't understand all that stuff. But if you ever see public seed phrases, don't be curious and be, ooh, let me see if I can find something. Don't do that. And it's a pain that I have to make sure every time I upload a video within 15 to 30 minutes, somebody's going to go in there and put that in, and I got to go in and delete it and block them, and it's never ending. But you guys know if you ever run across that on YouTube videos, on TikTok videos, on any social media, and you see somebody kind of acting like they're newbie and they're uploading their seed phrase, don't mess with it. Don't touch it. Don't interact with them. Cryptocurrency exchanges. Cryptocurrency exchanges have started offering custodial key storage for their users. However, you should use this service cautiously. Cryptocurrency exchanges are highly prized targets for cyber criminals. So if you are on any exchange and they say, yeah, I know that we are a custodial service, but we're going to give you access to have custodial key of your wallet, it's still, I mean, it may be good for security for you, but they still control it. All right, don't bother with that. You should not be using any exchanges to hold all your crypto anyway. Additionally, if the cryptocurrency exchange goes out of business, there may be no guarantees that you'll get your cryptocurrency back. See, right now, if you're banking with normal banks, and we have the FDIC insurance, so if a bank, there's a run on the bank, they get into themselves in trouble, they go broke for whatever reason, your money is insured by the government up to $250,000. So if you have anything less than that, which most people do, the average American has less than $1,000 in their savings account. You're covered. It's the big millionaires that, they may have $4 or $5 million in the bank. They only get $250,000 back that's insured, which is why a lot of wealthy people do not keep their money in banks like that. However, in crypto, there is no FDIC insurance. Now, a lot of crypto companies and agencies or money transmitters in the United States have to follow certain rules to be registered to protect their consumers. So there is some form of protection, but you will be last on the list to receive your money, and it might take years, 5 years, 10 years to get your money back. So for example, Coinbase, a popular exchange, announced in its quarterly report to the SEC in May 2022 that because custodially held crypto assets may be considered to be the property of a bankruptcy estate, in the event of a bankruptcy, the crypto assets we hold in custody on behalf of our customers could be subject to bankruptcy proceedings, and such customers could be treated as our general unsecured creditors. That means you will be the last to get money and you get whatever's left over. The big boys and the creditors always get their money first. General unsecured creditors are lower in priority on the list of creditors in a bankruptcy proceeding. Therefore, if there are not enough assets to liquidate and meet financial requirements for higher priority creditors, it is possible to lose your crypto assets if your custodial wallet company declares bankruptcy. So here's what that means by that. If that company goes out of business because of bad business, and their high members, creditors, let's say somebody says, I got $10 million that they owe me, but the company only has 8 million. Where are they going to get the extra 2 million or 8 million for their account? They're going to pull it from your account. Yeah, you know that. They're going to get their money first, and then you get whatever's left over if there is anything left over. The best cryptocurrency key security measures involve removing your keys from your wallet, placing them in a form of cold storage, and securing them in a vault, safe, or deposit box. The more steps it takes for you to access your crypto keys, the harder it is for a criminal to access them. This way, you ensure you don't lose your keys. It also ensures that someone you have entrusted with your keys doesn't lose them or deny you access to them. More than 90% of people who have gotten their crypto stolen did not because it wasn't because they were hacked. It was because some way you gave them access to your wallet. So you have to understand, how are they getting access to your wallet? How are they tricking you into giving them? Here's one thing with your private seed phrase. Do not store it in the cloud. iPhone users and Apple users, I mean, they love the cloud. You know, sharing images in the cloud and tapping your phone with somebody else. Do you know Mark Cuban lost $750,000 because he had his stuff saved in the cloud off MetaMask on his iPhone? Do not take screenshots. Because if you take a screenshot of your seed phrase and it's on your phone, then hackers can hack your phone and steal your screenshot. Do not save your screenshot on your computer, because there's software out there that can search all images, and it's like a sniffer to sneak. It knows what to look for to see your seed phrase. Do not ever, and I mean ever, if you are on with customer support or anybody and you're sharing your screen, do not ever display your passwords or your seed phrases. You don't know who else may be monitoring that. I don't trust all my laptops. You know, every laptop has a camera on the front of it. I have either tape blocking that, or you can buy off of Amazon little camera blockers where it sticks it on. You can slide it on over it. Even if the light is off on your camera, because that's when you it lets you know that it's on, it can be turned on. Do not write your seed phrase down in front of a camera. Okay? These little things. Do not give your seed phrase to anybody. Even customer support, they don't need your seed phrase. All right, is that broken down enough? Again, never give or show your seed phrase to anybody. Marnita's my cousin. I have never seen any of her seed phrases. She has never seen mine. Doesn't matter who you are. Never. There are various wallets you can choose from with many options. It's best to read as many reviews as possible to find one that fits your needs while ensuring your keys are secure. Oh, I forgot. Also, when you write down your seed phrase, have multiple copies and have them stored in different places. Oh, yeah, that's another one. Yeah, Mr. Albert. Never say out loud your seed phrase while writing. You know, some people are like that. They say it out. And this banana, trailer, bitch. No, do not say it out loud, because all of your devices is listening to you. Have you ever been on social media and all of a sudden an ad and something pops up on something that you might have been just talking about? And you might have forgot you talked about it. You think, are they reading? Is it reading my mind? How did it know? Because they're listening to you. Your TVs are listening to you. If you've got a Fire Stick or a smart TV where it's Alexa's attached to it, where you can speak to it, It is not only listening to until after you say, "Hey Alexa," it's listening to you before you say that, so it knows you're saying it. Hackers can hack into that kind of stuff. You don't know. In the early days of the Alexa, I guess like little towers that you can have in your home, they were finding out that speakers were turning on multiple devices and you were listening to somebody in a different house. I remember way back, in 2019, I did a Bitcoin boot camp in Seattle, and it was one of the smart. Well, the hotel we stayed in was a smart hotel. Check in, there was nobody at the front desk. It was machines, and you go in and you check in. Everything in the room was attached to the Alexa. Your room temperature, the if you wanted to order food, cleaning service, the TVs, the windows, the screens, everything. First thing I did when I went in there was I unplugged it, the Alexa box. All I know, they got cameras, everything watching me. I said, oh, no, 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 let me unplug this. But that's the future, and we're not going to be able to avoid it later on. So watch what you say publicly or out loud, even in your own home. The safest crypto wallet has no connection on its own or to a device with internet access. It also should not deny you access to your crypto because a custodian has financial issues. This is one of my earliest days with Coinbase, where I learned, okay, I can't use Coinbase to hold my crypto. There was a huge market shift. In fact, let's go back to when Bitcoin reached $20,000 a coin for the very first time. You had no issues with Coinbase because everybody was buying, buying, buying. Then January 2018, there was a huge dip one day, and crypto just dropped like a rock, and everybody was trying to get into their Coinbase account to sell their crypto. See, there was no stop loss at that point. They're trying to sell their crypto before it goes all the way down, and Coinbase froze. And they said, yeah, we're experiencing technical difficulty. We're having a DDoS attack. Services will be up and running soon. Services didn't come back up for 2 days. So they froze everybody's ability to sell their crypto for 2 days until after it was already at the bottom. And I said, oh, no, 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 no. If I need to make a quick move, I need to be able to have access to my crypto at any given time. So just remember that. Many so-called safe wallets have wireless connection technology that determines cyber criminals can access. Best practices for securing your crypto wallet. There are 1,001 ways hackers can breach your wallet. How can you protect yourself? These are some of the best practices for wallet security. Get a cold storage for savings. Never put your life savings in hot storage. It is too risky because they are prone to phishing and other forms of attack. In contrast, cold storage gives you absolute control over your funds. You're the only one who can access it. Little or no online manipulation can work. Something as sensitive as savings is better kept privately in cold storage. And even if you don't say, I don't have the funds to purchase a $400, $500 cold storage device, you can use an old phone, an old smartphone that does not have any connection to a cell service like Verizon, Sprint, T-Mobile, AT&T. But you can connect it to the Wi-Fi in your home and you can disconnect it. Your smartphone, you can use as cold storage. You're the only one who has it. It's not connected to a phone line or a cloud with the iPhone. And it's not connected to Wi-Fi unless you connect it. So that's another way that you can do that. Use multi-sig wallets for treasury. This is mostly for businesses and exchanges. So if you're going to choose an exchange, you want to know, does that exchange have multi-sig for their own security? If they're in the United States, it's mandatory. So all you exchanges in the United States have these, like Kraken, Binance US, Gemini, Base, for their own safety. But for individuals, it's rare that you as an individual would have a multi-sig wallet. So single signature wallets suit individuals, but not organizations, teams, or DAOs, decentralized autonomous organizations. Multi-signature wallets are better options for DAOs and larger groups of people who want to use a common treasury. You might find in crypto, there's sometimes people that like to go in and do things together. I do not suggest that at all. I mean, it might sound good, but you'd have to determine who's going to be the one person responsible. We were years ago part of a mining company, and there was a group that said, "Yeah, let's all go in together, pool our money together, and buy a mining machine." But the mining machine means that the rewards are going to one wallet. Who has access and control to that wallet? Like, well, we trust each other. Well, the person that they chose that was handling the wallet was a minister, right? A pastor. You trust him. Ah. At the end of the day, and I told them I do not recommend y'all do that. And they didn't listen to me. And then after the fact, they're calling me, Brandon, how can we get access? We don't have. I'm like, you never know when there can be a fallout between people. And everything may be good today, but anything can happen next year, and you guys aren't best buddies anymore. So don't get involved with that type of stuff privately. So multi-sig wallets will require more than 3 people to sign transactions. A hacker must get 3 or more signatures to steal funds from the address. This can be extremely difficult or nearly impossible. Oh, you got burned like that? Your person died? And there you go too. What happens if that person passes away? Does anybody else have access? The largest exchange in Canada back in the day was a company called Quadriga CX. The owner said that they had multi-sig in their system until he died in India. They did not report his death for a month. And then they said that he took all the keys with him to the grave. And that all those couple of $100 million gone. And people lost all their life savings. That was one of the reasons. No, was that before Binance? I think it was after Binance. And I remember when it happened, I did crypto talk in those days. If you go way back. And I remember saying it the first time it popped up, I said, this dude isn't dead. This sounds like he's trying to run off with everybody's money. Till this day, I still doubt that he actually died. And there was a Netflix series about that too, because his wife. But yeah, all that money gone. So best practices for securing your crypto wallet, use 2FA authentication every time. Don't skip this. If you have it as an option, always take it. Two-factor authentication is an added layer of security that prevents just anyone from accessing your wallet. So even if a scammer got my password, they don't have my private 2FA, my 2FA authentication. They still can't get in. Different wallets have various methods of 2FA requirements. They will usually require you to get some one-time password, OTP, from your email or phone message to confirm that you are the one. That's the most common that's even used right now in traditional. If you have a bank or you're paying your bills or anything like that, you'll put in your password and then it'll say, we're going to send you a code either in text message or email. You can also include biometric authentication as part of your 2FA requirements. Other things being equal, threat actors cannot fulfill all these requirements and breach your security. Have multiple wallets. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. See, right now you may have one bank account, or you may have at your bank one savings account and one checking account, and that's it. Or you might be a little sophisticated. You got account at Bank of America and an account at Chase and an account at Wells Fargo, something like that. So you're not used to this idea of having multiple accounts. There is an unlimited amount of wallets that you can have. Do not put all your crypto in one wallet. As much as you try to be security minded, hackers can still find a way to break in and steal your funds because they're always adapting and changing and learning. That's why we do in our inner circle, we're always finding new ways that these scammers are doing what they're doing. So if you have multiple wallets and your crypto in multiple areas, if one wallet gets compromised, you don't lose all of your money. The best defense mechanism is to prepare for the worst. I think thought just came to my mind. Um, is it called Overboard? Think it's Overboard. It's a movie about a woman who falls off a yacht. She's rich and she loses her memory, and a family finds her, and the guy pretends that that's his wife after he was working on her boat, and she doesn't have any memory. And then when she runs into her husband later, and her memory comes back, and she says, "Oh yeah, I have the account in the Caymans." I think that's the first time I heard about, wait, you can have more bank accounts? And her husband was like, you got an extra account? Well, same with crypto. You want to have multiple accounts, multiple wallets. Yeah, that was Goldie Hawn, and I forgot the main actor's name. I'm looking right at his face. Not Kurt Russell. Maybe Kurt Russell. I think Kurt Russell. All right, so the best defense mechanism is to prepare for the worst. All your funds are gone if you put them in a single wallet and it gets hacked. It is better to put your crypto and NFTs across multiple. This reduces the degree of your loss in case of a breach. Be careful with public Wi-Fi. So I'll state this again like I did last night. Public Wi-Fi is available everywhere for everyone to freely access the internet. But be aware that not all free things are secure and good. Public Wi-Fi owners can access some of your data once you connect. This data can also help a threat actor to gain sensitive details about your wallet and hijack it. At best, use a secure VPN to connect to public Wi-Fi. Okay, one, I never turn on my computer without my VPN attached. That's for security, not because I'm trying to get around US laws by accessing accounts outside of the country. It's for my own security. Number two, I also have VPN on my phones. I was in my iPhone was acting up, and I was in the shop, and the girl was like, "Wow, you got VPN on here?" Yeah, I was kind of messing with it, so we had to change some of the codes. I said, "Absolutely, always have my VPN on." The second thing is this, and if you ever taken a cruise before, a cruise will offer where you can pay extra to get either some form of Wi-Fi or service, and it is a lot of money. I don't know. That was years ago. I don't know if it's changed now. But when you're out in the ocean, you don't have no connection. So as soon as we get to a shoreline and we're going on to the shore to the island, you will see the tourist attractions and the restaurants, and they've got all these big signs that says free Wi-Fi, free Wi-Fi. Come on in here so they can get your business, order what you want, and you get access to the Wi-Fi. And everybody's running to those shops. Instead, if you're traveling abroad, especially internationally, you want to contact your phone carrier. Let them know in advance that you're going to be traveling and add to your plan international calling, international phone plan. By doing that, your phone will, you can still be able to connect to the internet through your phone carrier rather than public Wi-Fi, so that when you do hit the shore, instead of having to use public Wi-Fi, you can still access your phone. Now, it is more expensive but it's worth it, especially if you have your mobile hotspot and stuff like that. But stay away from public Wi-Fi if you can. And if you do have to use it, do not use it on devices that has your crypto. All right. Don't use it on those devices. You know, keep your crypto separate. I'm now like, if I don't have to, I don't want to travel with my any laptop at all. Anything that I need to be done, I can use on my phone. I don't really need my laptop. I used to. I used to love going to the hotels. I got a suite. I got my desk. Put my laptop out, open it up. I'm doing work. Da da da. I don't really need to do that. No, so it's not necessary. Especially if you lose your laptop. And I did. Here's a quick story, and it's still amazing. I was in London at a Bitcoin convention. And when we were leaving, my wife and I was taking the tube, and the tube would take you straight into the airport. We had so much luggage, and we still argue about who's at fault, but ultimately it was my responsibility, so it's my fault. I got to take it. But I still say my wife was distracting me, and I messed up, but it's my fault. I left on the chair my laptop bag that I had. I was wearing it over my shoulder. I took it off temporarily because my wife needed me to hold something. I was moving all the luggage and people were coming on in, and I forgot to put it back around my shoulder. So I didn't have to physically have it in my hands. So when we got off the tube, I'm pushing all the luggage and did not have the laptop on me. Now, that laptop had crypto stuff, okay? Because this is not early days. I didn't know any better. We get all the way. When did I realize it was gone? I think it was when we were getting in line on the plane or something, and I realized it. And we flew all the way home, and I was like upset. Then all of a sudden, we get a message from customs, a call, and they'll say, Brandon Ivey, yeah, we have found your luggage. I mean, your computer bag and everything that was in it. And I was like, get out of here. I was like, you mean to tell me, and it was the cleanup crew of the tube. I said, you mean to tell me all day, because we left, there was that morning, and they didn't find it till the end of the day. It traveled around all of London the whole day and nobody took it? I don't know if people thought it might have been a bomb or what, but nobody took it. I was shocked, but I got it back. But that's very, 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 very rare that that would happen. I think I had to pay like $75 to have it shipped back to me. Be on guard against phishing. Hackers are getting more creative with phishing attacks every day. You must be familiar with their games and be on the lookout for them. Hackers can send you a link on Twitter or Discord, MoveQuest people, and require you to click one. They can also pretend to be customer support and request you to call some code or one-time password from your phone. The best practice is to be discreet with your details. Again, never share your seed phrase. Here's something else too. And I shared this in detail with our inner circle and our members. Make sure you create for yourself what I call a utility wallet. And no, there is no wallet called utility wallet. It is a multi-purpose wallet that you use for your day-to-day stuff. It is not a wallet that you're holding all your crypto on. It's a wallet that if you want to purchase tokens for the first time, if you want to experiment and join some project that is brand new for the first time, and you need to connect your wallet. If you're going to be receiving airdrops or things too, you want it to go to this specific wallet that's not attached to any of your others. I call that your utility wallet. So anything that says connect your wallet, never, and let me repeat, ever use your main wallets to connect. Always use a utility wallet to do that. Even on the MoveQuest side, I don't have any of my main wallets connected to MoveQuest. I have my utility wallets. In fact, the wallets that I use for MoveQuest are only designed to use, like I only have 3 tokens: MoveQuest, AVAX, and Tether. That's it. Nothing else. I am shocked because I look at, you can see every wallet that does transactions. And I be looking at them just to see what they have in there. And there's some wallets that have a multitude of all of these other tokens. And I'm like, are you crazy? Because you'd have to connect that wallet to another website. And if you hit a scam site, and this happened in our community, there was one guy in the early days. He had a great story, a sad personal story, and the community felt for him. And the community donated to him a lot of money, a lot. And this individual that was sitting pretty at one point had more than 6 figures worth of MoveQuest tokens. And this individual got shiny ball syndrome. What does that mean? Somebody else approached him with another opportunity. And he was like, oh, okay, let me check it out. And that opportunity required him to connect his wallet to be a part of it. He connected his MoveQuest wallet where all his MoveQuest stuff on, and it was a scam website. The moment he connected his wallet, he gave them access to that wallet, and they took everything. All his miners, all the MQT, all the money gone just like that. So if you are like that, you've got other projects and things that you want to look at and things that are requiring you to connect your wallet to, never use your main wallet. Have utility, and I have multiple utility wallets. I don't have just one. I've got dozens of them that you use just to be ready for. All right. So be on guard from these phishing attacks. Use strong and unpredictable passwords. So we talked about passwords earlier. Set up a strong password for your wallet. The more unpredictable it is, the better. Avoid using your name or nickname as the password. We recommend you pick your password from random alphanumeric keys. Hackers cannot correctly guess your password if it is strong. Keep your seed phrase and passwords in a safe place. I do not recommend storing your seed phrase or passwords on password programs. Not saying that they're not good, I just don't trust it with my money. Okay? So you know programs out there that allow you to easily pick them up and people are storing their seed phrases and stuff on them. I don't trust them. They haven't been hacked until they get hacked. So anyone who has access to your seed phrase can access your non-custodial wallet. You must store or keep your password securely if you use a custodial wallet. For example, do not save your seed phrase or password online or in your iCloud. The best practice is to write them down on paper and keep them in a safe place. You know what we found in Vegas at the Bitcoin 2025 convention? There were multiple tables set up where they were having what they call like chisel passwords, where you're basically chiseling it into not concrete, but metal or anything like that, or plastic, that it can't be erased or deleted so that you can save them. So we saw multiple of those type of wallets that were coming out. But your wallet has a lower chance of being compromised by you doing this. Only interact with secure websites. And if you're not sure, this is when you use your utility wallet. You have to be security conscious, especially if you have your crypto wallet as an extension or saved the password on your browser. Some websites have weak security, which can be deliberate. You can easily detect such websites as they would have HTTPS instead of HTTP. Let me also share this as well. For those of you that are always looking to cash out your crypto, I want to cash it out so I can take the crypto that I earned and send it to my bank. Use a utility wallet to do that. Do not, if you're a part of any project where you're earning crypto, Do not have that crypto coming to your main wallet. Have it going to a utility wallet first, and then from there you can decide where you want to send it to, whether you're sending it to a wallet just for storage, whether you're sending it to a centralized exchange to pull it out to your bank, but have a buffer in between. Because if you're using your main wallet and whatever business, company, opportunity you're a part of, something goes wrong or the CEO gets involved in or caught up in some form of a scam and they're being investigated, all wallets tied to that are now on the radar and can be frozen. And then you can be caught up thinking that you're part of that scam as well. So I made that mistake. Early on, I was a part, it was Electronium. And I was on the seed phrase, the seed launch, pre-launch of it. I made $60,000 in one day. The problem, when the money came to me, I didn't know any better. I had it going to my Uphold account, and I used that Uphold account to send money to my bank account. So that money hit my Uphold account all at one time. Now, this is like 2018. The moment that happened, my account got flagged because it's a centralized wallet. And then they wanted to double check where the money came from. Is it being flagged? All that. And I got, it took me a while to get it back. I was like, no, this is all legit. But that happened. And I didn't learn my lesson because it happened to me again. And this is completely my fault when I should have known better because our community knew better. 3 years ago, we just launched ILCA. It had to have been, I think, February. I was out on one of my early morning walks at the time. I was on the phone with Marnita. I get a phone call while I'm talking to her from the head of my marketing team at the time. I tell her to hold on. I answer the phone. He tells me, so excited and jacked out of his mind, that he just posted in our Telegram group, our ILCA community group, that Elon Musk was doing some big giveaway right now, some big, huge promotion. He's live on YouTube talking about it right now. Here's the link. I'm getting me some right now. This is a way to quickly flip our money. I hang up with him. I get back on with Marnita. I say, hey, something's going down. Let me call you back. It only took me, I was 10 minutes away from home. If I had just waited the 10 minutes, I would have been okay. Because I would have walked into the house, gone into my office, pulled up the computer, and known immediately that it was a scam. I didn't. I got greedy. So on my phone while I'm walking, I go straight to my wallet, and it was my Uphold account. And I had, I think about, I don't know, $10,000 I was about to move from there into my bank. And I was like, oh, I could flip this. So I took 7,000 of it and sent it directly to the address that the YouTube video was doing. And it had Elon Musk was talking there. It was like an interview was going on live. So I thought. So I copied the address, sent it from my Uphold account, $7,000 to that wallet address. And I thought I was clean and pretty, right? I got home, took a quick shower, went up to my office, opened up the internet, and Telegram group is blowing up. And you guys, some of you guys were here, were saying, oh, that's a scam. No, nobody get involved in that. Nobody do that. And my heart sank. I was like, what? So then I quickly look at it. And when I pulled it up on my computer, I was like, oh. So not only, it doesn't end there. Not only did I lose that money, but then Uphold sends me a message that says my account is frozen and saying that the wallet address that I sent the money to had already been flagged as a scam wallet. And they wanted to know if I was in on the scam. And I had to fill out all this information and paperwork again and explain how why I sent money to it and how. And I had to let them know, well, I saw this thing on YouTube. I thought it was Elon Musk and I fell for it. And then they send me some basic education saying, make sure you don't fall for these scams and all. I'm like, I'm the educator. Everybody in ILCA knew it was a scam except me. This is another reason why I don't do crypto transactions on my phone. Why? It, I, if I got to be in front of my computer so I can see everything that's going on. So even the best of us at times can get caught up if you're not being careful. So use, and so my lesson was on that too is never utilize my main wallets. Utilize not only not fall for the scam, but have a utility wallet so I don't mess up the main wallet I got that I have sending money to my bank. Now I've learned a lot since then, so I don't mess that up again. So use burner wallets for airdrops. One of newbie crypto traders' most popular mistakes is using their main wallets for airdrops. Again, this is where you use utility wallets. This is too risky, as some airdrops may require connecting your addresses with unsafe websites. The best practice is to have burner addresses separated only for airdrops. So burner address is the same as a utility wallet, a burner wallet, just like burner phones. At worst, only your burner will get breached rather than your main wallet where you keep your crypto assets. Here's something else with this as well. You may randomly receive tokens in your wallet and you don't know where they came from. This is a hacker tactic. Remember, everything is on the blockchain, which is why I don't use my main wallet for a crypto project. So let's take MoveQuest for example. If you're doing transactions on MoveQuest, it is in the open. So hackers are watching all the wallets as well, and they click on them to see what other tokens do you have. And if they can tell that you're involved in other projects, they then will target your wallet. They don't know who you are, but they'll target your wallet and they will drop tokens into your wallet. And you might be like, whoa, I have some money here. Where did this come from? And you decide to look that project up or that token up, and it gives you a website to go to. You go to the website and it says, connect your wallet because you want to cash out. So now you connect your wallet. You've given the hacker permission to access your wallet and they steal all your crypto. They use that airdrop as bait to get you to search for them and come to their website. So if you do get airdrops like that, some are legit, some are not, because it is a tactic, it is an advertising that companies do. Do not use your main wallet. Have utility wallets out there and know that you can be targeted. If you guys remember when Lynette did a training and she was showing, all the top wallets, I saw one of my wallet addresses there. And I immediately said, "Oh, hell no." And I moved all my tokens to multiple wallets. So nobody would ever know how many MQT I actually have. It's broken up. You don't want to put a target on your back. The bottom line, cryptocurrency wallets are an important part of your cryptocurrency toolbox. Various types are available. So it's best to research and find the one that meets your needs and provides a high level of security to protect your digital assets. One of the major bottlenecks of mass adoption into crypto lies in how it can be quite risky for anyone with even a basic knowledge of wallet security. Do not take crypto education lightly. Education is key. Education is everything. Let me say this one more time. Education is key. Education is everything. Be leery and wary of any projects out there that the focus is making as much money as possible and they are not pushing any type of form of crypto education to their masses. Be very leery of them. Education is key. Education is everything. As a disclaimer, this information is intended for educational and training purposes only and should not be construed as investment advice. As with all financial decisions, you should contact your licensed financial advisor before investing in any financial instrument. Now, I want to share something else because this is the last day, technically, of the 5-day challenge, but we're going to have our Monday night recap call on Monday, and we're going to be talking about how to, one, become a member of ILCA, but also how to make money in crypto. One of the things that we offer is our crypto education. We have 13 lesson titles with almost 200 crypto videos. I am an educator, and I created the videos in a way that everybody can learn based on how you learn. Not everybody learns the same way. So I do it in a way that's auditory, that you can listen, visual, that you can see pictures, and for those that like to be able to read along with me so that you can read at the same time. So I'm covering every base. For those that don't know, I have a learning disability that I'm not going to talk about in detail tonight, but I do things in a certain way. After finishing this course, one of our lessons is on security. And I'm kicking myself for not creating this much sooner. I did it this year. And we have 15 lessons that cover in detail crypto security. So once you become a member, and I'm trying to bring this up on my computer, here we go, so I can share screen. Once you become a member, you'll have access to our membership section of all of our crypto videos, portion of the screen. There we go. Hey, pull it up. And refresh. There we go. So let me show you the other topics. We only covered 2. Last night and tonight, we covered why crypto security is important, and we covered wallet security tonight. The next one is hardware versus software, a security comparison. Then we cover 2-factor authentication and wallet security. We go in more detail. Securely storing private keys and seed phrases. Cold storage for crypto security. This one that shook me to my core in January and made me change my direction. Crimeware as a service. This one, my head exploded when I saw that. Cryptocurrency exchange security. Decentralized exchanges and security risks. That's a big one. Smart contract audit and security. Protecting against phishing scams. Pig butchering scams. Those 2 are the biggest, as we talked about last night. Cryptojacking and malware, protecting your assets. Multi-sig wallets for enhanced security. Privacy coins. And the challenges of anonymity. So not only if you decide to become a member of ILCA will you gain access to our courses based on your membership, but we also do this live. I don't just have videos and throw them out there and hope that you're going to watch it, because I have my analytics. Most people don't watch the videos. It's like a comfort blanket for them that they at least have them. But what you do watch is me going over these live. And so one of the main benefits of ILCA is our community, our live interaction, and what we're about to do right now, Q&A. So you can ask questions and learn as we go, and we're always staying on top of what's going on. This is why, even if you go to AI, we'll rank ILCA as the top 4 crypto education platforms in the world. I'm not new to this. I'm bona fide. And I don't consider myself an expert, because tomorrow is new information and I got to learn it and stay on top of it. And I learn from all of you as well. So with that, we are now going to shut off the live stream on YouTube. So all of you on YouTube, thank you guys for still hanging out with us on the last day. We're not finished yet. We'll be back on Monday night. Same link at 8 p.m. Eastern, and we're going to be covering how to make money in Bitcoin. Now that you know about this space, how can I make some money in it? What can I do? So we're going to talk about that. Plus, we're going to have a lot of major updates because we're going into July, and I'm making some shifts. So we're getting ready for our next live event, our ILCA Impact Summit in Chicago, July 18th, 19th, and 20th to get it live. And guess what? That's also at no cost. All you got to do is show up. July 18th, 19th, and the 20th. And I'll be talking about that more on Monday night as well. So with that, I'm going to stop the live stream. Thank you guys from YouTube for being here. We invite you to join our inner circle. Go to ilca.app or get back to the person who invited you to join one of our memberships so you can be on the VIP side next time. The next 5-day challenge we do will not be in July. It will be in August. So we're skipping the month of July, and we'll be back 2 months from now in August. And that's going to be a big one. Those of you in the inner circle know that I think that this is going to be a hot summer, and I don't mean the heat. I'm just talking about in the world. And something is bugging me, but something's going to go down in August. And we're going to be right on top of that for that 5-day challenge. That's going to be a big one. And I might have a couple of more guest speakers that may come out for that one also. So with that, thank you guys on YouTube. We'll see you guys on Monday. Oh, whoa, I forgot. Come back tomorrow morning. Saturday morning, I will be doing an actual ILCA presentation, and I'm going to do crypto talk for the public. So you get to see an idea of what we cover in our inner circle, why you want to be our VIP member at no cost. So tomorrow is a different link. It's BB Crypto. Wait, what is that, Marnita? bbcryptochallenge.com. Okay. BB, that stands for Bitcoin Brandon, bbcryptochallenge.com. Register. It's a different Zoom link. And I will be streaming on our YouTube channel also. So you can hop on YouTube channel. That's going to be at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific. I will be doing an official ILCA presentation followed by a crypto talk, Inner Circle Crypto Talk, so you can see what we do throughout the week. All right. Take care, everybody. Enjoy your weekend.